our larger naval community. Commander KP, you have, as I said, known some of them personally. So has DKS sir. Again, the first armed forces veteran to get a Pravasi Bharatiya Saman. I think we have that image of him, Commander Purnendu Tiwari, there, receiving that honor. Staff college sort of instructors. Let's talk a little bit about this Dahara Global. This Dahara Global company, a defense consultancy, looking at the induction of submarines that all of these 8 men were privately employed with. The company has since shut down. What are you able to make out of what's happening? Do you agree with Ambassador Dayal that there is some other country's vested interest here, most likely Pakistan?
So certainly, I mean, I have a point to make, and then I'll answer your question. See, if you rewind about 15 years ago, this space that Dara Global occupied was vacant, right? And there were a lot of people from nationalities like Pakistan, Bahrain. They were in this space. They were working on their contracts. They were working on their ships, and there were a lot of these people working in various capacities in their Qatari military establishment. Commander Purnendu Tiwari had successfully started this enterprise initially in Singapore. It was a successful, training wing that he started there. And a coincidence of wants, perhaps sometime around, I think, 2006 to 2010 time frame, when there was this gap waiting to be filled in Qatar. And Qatar, see, you cannot get into these spaces without their own government's approval. So I think at that time, if I recall, there was a request placed by the Qatar Emiri Naval Force that please train our people, please set up some of these facilities here. And they wanted us to do it, India to do it. Now, for whatever reason, why the Navy did not occupy that or fill that gap, or why the MOD did not act to fill that gap, I don't know. But because of this coincidence of wants, and because Commander Tiwari already had a successful model up and standing in Singapore, he went over there, and the Omani CEO who was there is also ex-Omani Air Force. And together they build this brick by brick. That is my understanding. And I'm telling it from my personal experience. And I would second whatever Captain D.K. Sharma said and Ambassador Dayal said, that if we had not taken up this space, somebody else would have. And they have done a very good job. They have not just muddled around. They have. It was an instant success. To the extent that over the last 10 years, I think, to my knowledge, almost 75 to 80 officers have and naval personnel have gone and found employment there. And you cannot be training without having a very intimate bond with the trainees, with the officers. And the training that they were conducting were purely at the junior level, at the sub-lieutenant courses level, at the long course level. To my understanding, to my knowledge, there is absolutely nothing that they had to do at all with any submarine project, leave alone a classified one. Okay, so I don't know from where this has come out. This kind of a
so you think the media reports that this is connected to some submarine project are false?
I absolutely reject it based on my reading, because
there
is not a single official version that even points towards espionage. Right now, when you do not have information, misinformation will fill that space. So this is a very malicious packet that has been rotated around in this circles by our adversaries. And now, once this comes, then it is the most easiest conclusion for anybody to fall to. I'm saying they were simply training at the sub-lieutenants, at the sailors, at the maximum at the long courses level. They were setting up those training establishments. They were training them, watchkeeping duties, navigation, gunnery. There is absolutely nothing to do with induction, acquisition of any platform or any submarine. So I don't know from where this is found, and I would use this platform to kindly request people at least on our side, we have no control over people across the border, but at least our own people should stop speculating on this. We should completely drop this. There is no
absolutely,
and it will be grave disservice to these people. The only reason why the families were able to manage the last 1 year is because they were living on these assurances, and they were 100% convinced that their husbands have, since they have done nothing wrong, they will come back. Their family members will come back. If you allow these kind of malicious packets to propagate, then we'll be left,
yes.
with a different set of challenges.
That's extremely important.